Hi, I'm back. This is the third time I'm starting this. Yeah, I know. I know. Night, Flora. Noodlemash. I showed my file in good faith to you that it hadn't been accessed. And then Goofy Debbie had something to say about it. Yeah. It was so weird. Just loopy people. Okay. That file had my name on it because I didn't redact anything. You had already doxed me. And you did it in a very sneaky, slimy way. Okay? Months ago. All right? You do not have the right, and I'm telling you this, to use my name. Or your coven have put out the names of 6 of my family members, okay? And places of employment, and yeah, okay? Now, you're all sitting together. I don't care if you did it personally. Do not use my first or last name ever again, because I chose that it will not be used here, okay? I chose that. You don't choose anything. Choose to work. How's that? Choose to not malinger anymore. You use my name ever again, and we know you love your doubling down. Use my name, and I'll start using your family's names. Okay? Grandchildren. Yes, grandchildren. Children. We don't bring children here. We don't bring mothers and sisters and stepmothers and stepsisters here either. Or husbands, or where they worked. You know, the thing you don't do? Worked. His whole life, okay? Never took a day off, okay? Retired, a career. Your dirty, filthy people you sit with, flying monkeys, all right? So yes, children, the names of your family. After all, you bring them here and grift off of them. Oh, they broke their toy. Yeah. I don't care. Your sons, I don't care. You stop using my name. Stop. Okay? Now, I'm not big on telling people what to do. I've had enough. Okay, so we're back to Noodlemash's post, all right? I'm just going to show one thing. This is Marie, Goofy Marie, sticking her nose in. You're actually causing Noodlemash to make more content about Mrs. P because she has to point out the lies. Noodlemash, that is. Even though all she does is lie. We have on the bottom, okay, somebody wrote, who in the world are Mrs. P and Marie? And what is this even? Probably that's a setup, by some other flying monkey. Who knows? Who cares? And then Iva. I'm kind of glad you asked. Oh, I should read it from the screen. It's easier. It's a long, messy story about lunatics online. And you need to search YouTube for Mrs. Portland, a.k.a. Kelly Davenport. She's getting quite famous and has been demanding attention on social media for years now. You're disgusting. Okay? So Kelly can't say Noodlemash's channel, Mrs. P, right? But you can do this, and that's fine. And how long ago was that? That was 4 hours ago, and Noodle left it there. Oh, I know. Noodle needs her beauty sleep. If there's one thing Noodle needs, it's her beauty sleep. She was on the other day. She said, I haven't seen you all in a while. Well, you still didn't see them. You were showing them yourself, okay? And you had to, in that 30 seconds or so, you had to preen Noodlemash. You actually had to poof up your hair like it's something to show off. You really have a inflated opinion of yourself. But the real reason you came on, it wasn't to say hi to people. You know, you should be on screen all the time, okay? But you're too lazy to be. The real reason you came on was to show us something on your forehead that didn't exist. And yeah, terrible camera. You should do better. Better production values for the money you get. And no, I don't care about the money you get. It's all dirty money, you know? The people paying you, it's dirty to them. You getting it, it's dirty to you. It just, it continues your con artist lifestyle. And that does damage to you and to your sons and to your grandchildren and to their grandchildren. Okay? You're creating a legacy of scum. Okay. Where was I going? Another tangent. What was I saying? Yeah, the real reason Noodle came on was because she was in heavy victim mode. You know, she had gotten donations, but mostly she got her victim drug, and she wanted, you know, there's never enough. That's the thing about drugs. You need more and more and more. Night, girly. Night, girly. Go back. She needed to, she's going to cry. I don't want to call my husband, because then Noodle will say, hey, you used his name, so I can keep using his name, which you've done already, Noodle. So, anyway, she came on to get more victim drug by showing us a Band-Aid on that thing under her face. I don't know what it is. And the gesturing and the pointing to it. And oh, it was just terrible. Look what happened to me. I'm dying. Cut myself open. She always says, I cut myself open. She doesn't cut herself. She cuts herself open. Yeah. Whatever happened to all that unaliving talk, by the way? That kind of went out the window. That scam. The big scam. Out the window. Yeah. Pretty funny that, huh? Just about everything's a scam with her. So, if you haven't seen that Wild Scott, you really want to see the beginning of her last video and Band-Aid Gate. And of course, it can't be an adult Band-Aid, even though she's the only adult here. Nice, sweetheart. So, okay, now I'm going to, you know, I showed you all the things open on the bottom, and we just saw Iva being disgusting. But, you know, Noodle has an order on Mrs. P, so, you know, she can have anything on her channel whatsoever. She has no restrictions against her, except the ones called morality and ethics and looking like a complete horrible person. I'll say that. Okay, so I have all these windows open, and I noticed last night after 2 a.m., but I was up till 6 in bed because, yeah, after I went to bed because I just couldn't sleep. I found this still open because I hadn't closed it yet. And so that's why I'm making this video. Now you know why I'm making this video. This is Mrs. P's page, okay? It's deleted now, all right? So Mrs. P came back, was sitting on Natasha's panel and Lonnie and, you know, being difficult, and because she's disabled. And she's copying, just like Noodle does. Noodle copies everything. I can't believe she used the word yeet. Oh, man, come on with a bandana tied around your head, Noodle. You're so tough. Oh, she called me a coward the other day. I made the first comment on her channel in 3.5 years. I could not resist. You can find it in her compost the other day. And she called me, you know, naturally she attacks. She called me a coward. I am afraid of her because she's a very dangerous personality. But I'm not a coward. So, Mrs. P came back, Noodlemash, made some content about her. This is going back, I don't know, a couple weeks, whatever. I don't know the timeline. Somebody can write it, fill in the blanks in the comments. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate it. And Noodle was also had a problem during that time because there was some major drama that went on. Was it about Robbie? I don't know. Somebody else put it in comments. But Noodle was left out of the loop. Her coven flying monkeys, they did not include her in it. And she had to find out on her own. That didn't bode well. So we've got Mrs. P still here, still on people's panels, and Noodle is being left out. So, yeah. The victim thing started then with Noodle. And Mrs. P wrote, I will read it, okay? This is all I have, okay? And some of it might be deleted, you know what I'm saying? She deletes posts or whatever. But this is 9 days ago. Mrs. P wrote, and no, Mrs. P, I'm not trying to dox you in any way. I am trying to show just a tad of the timeline of how they came after you and what they did, okay? Noodle is deliberately stating, I didn't do anything to Mrs. Portland. Noodle does not sit alone. Noodle is behind the scenes. Noodle gave out my address behind the scenes. For example, Marie told us yesterday, okay? Noodle is dirty, okay? Background checks, lying, dirty digging, begging behind the scenes for things. And of course, Marie is pretty much the same person we know now. So, yeah, you're the same. But I'm the bad guy because I made a file. And nobody knows why I made it. Well, some people do. Okay? Some people do know. Cole, if you don't know, figure out some way to contact me. But I think I've told you, Cole. All right. So it was the first comment I left on Noodle's channel in 3.5 years. And I'm a coward. Okay. Mrs. P, 9 days ago. If any of you haters are waiting for a reaction from me, and this, by the way, is so impressive. I'm so proud of her. And I hate that word. I'm impressed by her and touched by her. If any of you haters are waiting for a reaction from me or waiting for me to respond regarding all of your nasty comments you all continue to make about me and my child, accusing me, blah, blah, blah. My son isn't true, okay? And she does get around and she does see these things. And, spoiled. Okay, so what about all of you, your drugged up, spoiled ass brats who have parents that are stoned all the time or on meth all the time or have physically abusive boyfriends in the home? You all don't deserve a response from me. I wouldn't waste my time. So keep waiting. It's not going to happen, as none of your you hateful creators, as none of you hateful creators are not worth my time. She meant to say, or worth my time, my attention, or my energy. Energy. Stop, Moose. So keep disrespecting me or my child. Keep hating me. Just know I truly don't care. I'm done getting hurt. I'm done being bad-mouthed. She's saying stop, okay? Now, I know, as well as everybody else. Honey! One moment, please. Honey! 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 He has headphones on and is watching TV. Honey! Negros Fumo. Hello! Maybe he left the house. Oh, well, I'm sorry for that. Was that really loud? I hope not. She's telling people to stop. We all know that there are some things in there that are not true. I don't know. Well, sure she must know that they're not true. But she is disabled, and we know that there's some things in there that are untrue. Okay? But all in all, her point is very succinct and warranted, in fact. This shows that 9 days ago, there were people talking about her, okay? Maybe that's when Noodle came back in and mentioned her. But also, maybe she had already put out a video, and in chat, oh, can you stop, little girl? Please, please, go let time. Go let time. Okay, so when she makes a video, the people who are in the Flying Monkey group, that includes Iva, they go in and they make alts and say bad things to her. And she knows it. So, yeah. She knows they're associated with Noodlemash. And she's not making this up. Something happened, okay? We know that, okay? Mark say from YouTube Stalkers today, okay? That is 7 days ago. Let me go up. Okay, marked safe again, 7 days. And then 6 days ago, she's marked safe. She's being very level-headed. She's being very careful. And she's doing a very good job, okay? She's behaving herself. More than I can say for the people who are poking at her, making videos about her, mocking her, all of it, okay? And she sees it, okay? Then we go up to 1 day ago, okay? By the way, I can't say that this is 1 day ago. This is 1 day ago from the day she left, okay? Happy Friday, everyone. I'm going to try and go live later this evening from a local county fair, as today is opening day. Message to you losers, troublemakers, and stalkers. It will be a cold day in hell before any of you will deserve any response out of me. You're all not worth my time, my attention, or my energy. Enjoy your weekend, as I am out enjoying my life. Now, she is very, highfalutin, okay? She thinks she's boss, right? Noodle does too. Anybody ever notice that? No? No? Isn't that amazing? I'm going to put this down for a second. Okay, and I'm going to put the dog out of the room. Both of you, come a sec. Ooh. Hello. I've been trying to call you. I need them out. Stay. Okay, I'm back. Order is restored. All right. Enjoy your weekend as I'm out enjoying my life. But also, me and my husband have decided to start looking at the possibilities of moving and relocating to be closer to my mother and sister. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Also, looking at taking next weekend of us heading up to the northern Oregon coast. Okay? And find a beach to do some rock and agate hounding. And I won't be told where I can or can't travel to. This is my life, and I'm enjoying having my life back and being able to enjoy my life with my husband. I'm finally happy having my peace and happiness back, and refuse to be threatened of my life being ruined, and refuse to tolerate any more legal threats. Also, just to make everyone aware, any and all hateful or abusive or threatening comments I see on any of my posts will be reported and removed. Enjoy your weekend. Again, very measured and It's very Mrs. P. This, for some reason, this makes people livid. Yeah, and then she got to be on TV, which is great, and that made people mad too. Okay, Northern Oregon coast. That's how this started. Okay, and then she wrote, "You can't tell me where I can and cannot go." And then Noodle had to post that her phone blew up. It only morphed from here because of what Noodle and the flying monkeys were doing. I watched it. I actually got to see it all in real time for a change, okay? So this post is not 1 day old. What is it, 2, 3? Okay? I had this open. It might not even be the day she left, but it started with Northern Oregon coast. And then Noodlemash had to say, "My phone is blowing up," which tells Mrs. P that everybody's on her ass, okay, and reporting her to Noodlemash. And Noodlemash has to let herself be known as the one who is overlord of Mrs. P, and the one who gets lots of phone messages and reports because Mrs. P is so dangerous, and she had to put it out there on her channel. So then the whole thing morphed with Mrs. P making lives and maybe other posts. I can't say that, okay? I can't say about that. But it turned into, maybe someday I will go to Lincoln City. Can I say that name? Am I allowed to say that name? Please. Okay, maybe someday I can go to Lincoln City. In 2 or 3 years, I think she said. Wasn't that what she said? Somebody correct me if I'm incorrect. And go spend some time there. Meanwhile, we've got Noodle firing up the lives, right? Getting money. And then Mrs. Portland copies her and says that she deserves money. And of course, it's fine when Noodle does it and actually gets it. But when Kelly just says it, oh my God. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? You know, there's a whole bunch of people running around behind the scenes. Kelly knows this. I know this. And they're in her chat under alts, abusing her, saying terrible things to her. And yeah, then it escalated to, "I'm coming for my birthday to Lincoln City." Because by then Mrs. P was beside herself. And it wasn't because Noodlemash was getting donations. It wasn't because Noodlemash got her car registration paid by a bunch of fools. It was because of what Noodlemash was doing. She was suddenly making posts. You know, normally we get stupid rhinestones glued on a piece of plastic and look what I can do. Look what I can do. You know, that's Noodlemash, 1 a day. Or here's a deer. Oh boy. Better give her thousands. No, suddenly she's got stuff to say about Mrs. P. And 2 lives, okay, in 2 days. Another one today is planned. And Mrs. P is seeing all of this. Is Mrs. P allowed to look at Noodlemash's channel legally? I don't know. Noodlemash says she knows her, and she knows her look at her channel. So then if Noodlemash finds that just terrible, well, then you better close down your channel, Noodlemash, because you're afraid. Don't you care about your grandchildren? You probably care more that if I were to use their first names, if you keep using mine, okay? Because how dare I? How dare I? How dare you? Who the hell are you? You don't have authority over me. You don't have authority over Mrs. P. Okay? No, it's not okay with you because you decide everything. You're a warlord. You're disgusting. I lost my train of thought again. But Noodlemash and those people, oh, I know what I was saying. If you're afraid for your grandchildren, then any decent, loving grandmother would close down her channel and leave. That's what a sane adult person would do, not a greedy con artist who is using her cash cow, the only reason she came here, and it was the only reason you came here. Remember, you couldn't even watch some commercials without, you were going to unalive. Yeah. So true crime, oh no, 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 that's not you. Serial killer legging woman. You're a total sham. You're a shammer. You're a sham who scams. Okay. Anyway, scam and deceiver. I don't know if Mrs. Portland is allowed to look at your channel, but you know her. You love to tell us. You know her, and you choose to stay. You're choosing everything, and you're making content about her for money. I swear. And then you told private things about, which was disgusting, about Walter in your last live, and you even said you'll get a neighbor to come on and speak about it. Who are you? Who are you? You're the devil in disguise. You're obsessed with her and have been for 12 years, long before you came here. And if I have a chance to speak with Mrs. P's lawyer, I will have an earful for that person. There were things that lawyer must know. Of course, I would need Mrs. P's permission, need a way to contact her, but there are things to know. Now, I'm not the queen of receipts, and maybe I go off on tangents because I'm holding a phone and my hand is numb because I'm holding a phone. I don't like them. But my thinking is ordered, okay? It's not ordered right now, but it really is ordered because that's the way I roll. You're creating this, you're doing it for profit and for your victim drug because you cannot live without that drug. And you really need it. You really need Mrs. P right now because you were left out of the loop. And because Mrs. P is sitting on Natasha's, was, Lonnie's, I don't know if she's still there. I don't know. Iva go look everybody, made a video today telling everybody where Mrs. P is right now. Usually if I want to know where Mrs. P is, there are people who have lists of every channel she's ever made. I just go to Are You That Stupid's channel, and the channel name or handle of Mrs. P is in her video, her most recent video. That's how I find her. I don't communicate with Mrs. P. I never have. Therefore, the whole wishbone thing, that lie. Oh, by the way, remember everybody, Noodlemash lied several times in court. Trisha, put it up again. You want me to come on and tell you where she's lying? Yeah, she lied. We have it. We've seen it. I don't have it. I've seen it. I've heard it. So, anyway, I suppose that's enough for today. This gives some proof of how Mrs. P was provoked, intensely provoked, okay? Threatened. All of it. It only turned into Lincoln City. And then Noodlemash said, she can't afford to come here. Do you see the obsession level? Only an obsessed person would say something like that. Think about it. Only an obsessed person. Okay, 12 years. Way before here. Way before here. Okay, she has shown some screenshots from 2 days after Mrs. P I'm sorry, 2 days after Noodlemash moved in. I saw it. She refuses to put it up because she's not the queen of anything. Queen of the horde. Yeah, okay. This was boring. I know. I'm sorry. But if you have any questions, ask me, and I'm going to go try to get the blood back in my hand. I'm white-knuckling the phone. Very dirty. Very, very dirty. And I brought you into it, Wild Scott, because it was important to do. It wasn't about saying bad things about you. It was about you saying correct things and about her lying about you. You did admit you made a mistake. You sent her what you thought you were sending to Mrs. P. You know, call the sheriff. You admitted it many times, many times. She refuses to accept that. She runs an echo chamber, and narcissists have a way of not hearing things. You know, nobody said that. You know, I don't look at her channel. I don't know the facts. And yeah, that's, it's what I call crazy making. Okay. She does that to drive people crazy, and it works. It very much works. Yeah. Well, let's see what the live has to produce today. Noodlemash or the Flying Monkeys. I'm sure this will be saved before it's even fully uploaded somehow. You do not have permission, unless I have permission to do commentary on your videos. You don't have permission to use any of these 2 videos I'm uploading now. Copyright. Got it? Or give me permission to do commentary using your videos, because you dirty struck me a couple of times. Okay? You decide. This you get to decide. You do not get to decide. Oops. See, this is my problem, why I can't download videos or whatever. I'm running a very old operating system on purpose. Anyway, there's something on the lens. Cool. Anyway, yeah. Stop using my name, Noodlemash, or I might do the same. You've done my whole family, okay? You should not even know my name. You know it because you did something very devious and slimy and dirty. That's it. All right. Everybody, yeah, watch her video today, and any questions, just ask. Goodbye. I'm so sorry this was too long, and I know I'm boring and nervous. Bye-bye.